Alberta plans to use smartphones to enforce quarantines raises privacy questions. We want to know if that person's actually going to go home and stay home, Jason Kenney says. Let's read this out. A privacy expert says Alberta plans to use smartphones technology to enforce quarantines and should come with a clear end date and detailed explanation of how data would be handled. The move is one plank of a relaunch strategy outlined by Premier Jason Kenney in a televised speech Tuesday to COVID under control so that economic activity can resume. I was very clear that we intend to follow the lessons learned from successful countries like Taiwan and Singapore and South Korea to move more quickly to reopen our economy, Kenney told the legislation Wednesday. And the relaunch strategy involves, in part, the limited and appropriate use of wireless apps, of smartphone apps for individuals who are under quarantine order. Pfft. Whoa! 1984, here we are, George Orwell. They are tracking everywhere you go. I recommend, if you have your phone, to go into the root of the phone. You can Google this and turn off your GPS. In fact, if you're leaving somewhere, don't bring your phone. My question is, what do they consider quarantine? Everybody's quarantined. I'm quarantined in Toronto. The whole city's quarantined. So they're tracking everybody, every single person they're tracking. We are becoming a dictatorship, an authoritarian state where they dictate curfew, where they dictate where you can go, and if you don't behave and if you step out of line, guess what? You get punished. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been telling you this for a very long time. Privacy is the most important thing. As we head towards a cashless society, a digital society where we don't have any cash and everything's digital, this becomes extremely dangerous. They know your buying patterns, they know where you spend money, but that's not the problem. What the problem is this. The problem is, at any given time, if you step out of line, if you donate to a candidate that they don't like, or if you donate to an organization that they don't like, they cut you off. Classic example was WikiLeaks. All the payment processors stopped them, and it was because of Bitcoin that saved WikiLeaks. And so don't get it twisted for a second that we think that this is a temporary act. Once power is taken, power is never given back. Absolute power corrupts absolutely all. Power corrupts people. And so this is the first step of controlling every aspect of your life. I wouldn't be surprised in the future where they will ask you for a card, like a green card. You're cleared to go back to the workforce. This is Marxism. This is communism 101. You're a number, you're tracked, you must go to work, you must have it's literally a fucking red book, fucking red book. And so ladies and gentlemen, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. You know, there's a good saying where you're never going to fight bigger opponents than you. How you fight bigger opponents than you is not fighting them head on, but more or less using technology and better strategies. The way that they can track you is digital. People are voluntarily carrying this 24/7. They got their smartwatches. They got fucking the Google temperature things, Nest. They got Amazon Alexa. I recommend to everybody to have a dumb home. No smart computer or smart TV, no Alexa, no Nest. You're literally raising your hand and inviting every entity, every corporation, every government eyeball in your house to say, look at what I do. And please punish me if I step out of line. So going back to simplicity is a key to escape this. This is why I'm a big fan of going back into self-sustainable ownership, or I should call it sovereign ownership, where we have dumb houses, but smart houses. What I mean by dumb, not digitally smart, but strategically smart, meaning we have our own water, our own energy supply, so geothermal, wind, solar, etc. We are not connected to the sewage, so you have your own septic tank. We grow our own food, and we have a good community. Going back to the community connections, what we have today in society is a society that relies on everything. We rely on the government. We rely on the food chain. We rely on every fucking aspect to live, and that's not human. It's not human whatsoever. So this is a fair warning to you people out there. Don't get it twisted. You know, people always funny. You know, I'm Canadian, and people are like, "Oh, it never happened in Canada." I'm like, do you forget that they threw Japanese in concentration camps not too long ago? Oh, they really did that? No shit. Do you forget what happened to the Aborigines? Huh? No shit. We have never seen in the history of governments a government that has never turned on its own citizens. It's the Ouroboros. It's a natural cycle of human beings, and it always happens. Always. So you have to prepare yourself. And I'm not calling for revolution. That's not what I'm calling for. I'm just calling for common sense, right? I don't want them to know when I'm wiping my ass. I don't want them to know what I'm buying. I don't want them to know when I'm going to the fucking park to do push-ups. Like, come on, man. Come on. So simplify your life. The more you go less digital, the better. And I'll leave it at that, guys. If you have any comments or questions, leave a comment below this video. And make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.